Hello. Good evening. Howdy. Hey, Tetro. Howdy, Magic, and hello to Keepy. See, this is going to cause me a problem. Keepy and Magic are purple on my bot. Yeah, but in my Twitch chat, Tetro's orangey red. Keepy is definitely orange, and Magic is a kind of pale teal. Pale teal. Good evening anyway. Hello, welcome. Yes, here we are. Microsoft Flight Sim, which I left downloading last night when it came unlocked at midnight UK time. There was a good 91.18 gigs to download, so I left it downloading for a few hours, and then I turned my PC off this morning before I went to work. So at 6 o'clock this morning it got turned off, and I've had to calibrate joysticks. Hopefully it behaves itself. There is, like I said, there's a few little issues, but I'm hoping with all the calibration and changes that I've done to it, it does play ball. So it's going to be interesting, this. I've done, just to check that everything streams okay, I've done the first part, which is the basic training, but that is only lesson 1, but we will go through it again, because I need a bloody refresher, because there's that many keys and combos and stuff that you can press and stuff, and I'm like, wait, the hell? Because even though I do have, just to answer your question, Tetro, I do have a joystick. I have the Cytec X56, which is a hands-on throttle and stick. Maybe I can show you. There is the joystick. That is the joystick. So, hold on. Big ass joystick. Strapping the cable, and then I probably can't show you this because it's probably, yeah, I can't lift it up because it's I haven't got enough cable length. Yes, you can pretty much land seemingly everywhere, wherever you like, wherever you fancy. Whether we get to that point is a totally different matter. We did have a free flight, pretty much on this whole existential plane of a thing. You got a world map where you can basically choose wherever you want to land. We did have a little fly around our hometown where we live, just to see if we could spot our house, and we did actually spot our house. Is it a plane? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Keepbite. That's Superman. I'm not Superman. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. I'm not as good looking. I can't fly too. Top Gun. Oh, Top Gun. Nettle Brew's in. Sam, see, everything's updating quicker tonight. I'm getting to see how many people are dropping in. Tetro, Skybird, Sam88, Nettle Brew, Magic, Keepy. How are you doing? So yes, we can indeed fly, but we're going to go through the tutorial bit, the flight training they call it. And basically, it's good to do. How are you doing, Annie? Annie's here as well. How are you today, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? See, I want to say that every time now. I'm probably going to have to, do you know what? Just for Annie, I'm going to have to find the little clip from Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, where it says, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? And then just play it. Stressed. Are you stressed because you nearly missed the stream? Is that what was stressing you? Don't worry, I'm here. I'm hatless as well, as you can see. It's been a little bit warm today. I got absolutely drenched, by the way, earlier. Totally off topic. I did get totally drenched. It absolutely wanged it down at one point. Wanging it down does, in colloquial Yorkshire, does mean chucked it down, threw it down, pissed it down. Heavy rain. So when it wanged down, like somebody wanged it very hard. And I didn't have a coat, I didn't have a jacket, and I just stood down in my shorts and t-shirt and high vis and got piss wet through. Yeah, so that was good. Then we dried again. Oh yeah, so Annie, you will have probably noticed at the time when it did actually wang it down, probably about, I think it was about 12:30, 1:45-ish, when it came over the town and totally and utterly pissed down on top of me. So, right. Anyway, let's have a look. See, it's very interesting here. There's a marketplace already built in. So we'll click on that. Now, The version I've got is limited. It is a free version. It's got certain limitations to it. You can upgrade to, have more. I was going to say ships then, not really ships. More aircraft, etc. Certain content as well, and other content will be added in from outside the game. As you can see, there's go down to here, official content. So pretty much, you can buy another plane if you want, but that's going to cost you £25. Yep. If you want the London City Airport, which is where we were nearby, when all the planes were taking off when we were in London. That one in the Docklands. Also, Leeds Bradford Airport, which is not actually, I don't think it's actually the closest major airport, but it's very local to the Magic's family. I've flown from there once. And then there's another one, Flightbeam Caden. I don't actually know where that is, actually. But anyway. Is this version a bit played? Skybirds here. Yeah, you see, puns anyway. The Orcas Island Airports. You can get the London City, and then we can do Innsbruck International Airport. So, yeah. If you like to play something, have you tried the NASA space docking one? I didn't end up crashing into the space station. Well, we all know now not to trust Annie's driving. Definitely not in space. Absolutely without a shadow of a doubt. So that's the official content up to now. Like I say, it's only just launched. There is going to be other content available from third-party vendors, which will be basically checked out to see if it's, it's okay kind of thing. But yeah, up to now, we are limited after all. It's only just launched, so let them sort the bugs out. Let get the extra content in if and when. But that is a very special, nice. That Flightbeam Caden. Where is Caden International Airport? Because that looks quite spectacular for an airport. I don't actually know where that is. Caden. Is it Denmark or somewhere like that? It's just, it's because it goes by codes, you see. So it's KDEN. It'll probably, like LAX was. Oh, Denver. Oh, Denver. Right, so it's Denver. Okay. All right. Oh, I could see if I'd have clicked into it, it'd have told me. Caden HD. Wow. Oh, so you can actually see all the terminals. I mean, how cool does that look? I'm just on screen now. This is above me here. This picture. Denver is known for having a bit of snow. So it's also got snow. Cool. That's groovy. Yeah, I mean, you could see, can't you, how you would get into... I've actually got American Truck Simulator. I think I think it's European Truck Simulator. I think the one I've got, European Truck Simulator one. But that is a cool airport. Oh, look at that on the night. How cool does that look on the night? Yeah. So buy and download. But yeah, that's the kind of shizzle that you can get in the game anyway. Just thought I'd show that off. So we will do some flight training because I need the practice, and I do intend to crash at some point or go off piste. I already got told off once by the AI that I went out of the tutorial zone, so I had to turn around sharpish, and then I got told off for banking too heavily. That was banking too heavily. Yes, bit of a banker. Right, so flight training. We'll do the basic controls, then we've got attitudes and instruments. Yeah, if you've got a bad attitude, you'll crash in this game. Yeah. Takeoff and level flight. Original, I just got the basic version, which was available on the Xbox Game Pass PC beta. So for £1 English, I've got access to this for a month. And all the other games that's on there, things like Halo, etc. There's about 100 odd plus games or something that I get access for free. And then, to be fair, even after that, and I think this is good value, for $3.99 a month, which is an offer in itself, because they are offering it, you can carry on with that. So for, like, say 38 quid ish, well, yeah, it'd be about 35 quid for a year. Exactly. Yeah, I was thinking, got to try and land. Anyway, so we've got to take off and level flight, land, traffic pattern, safely maneuver around busy airfields. Then you've got to do your own first solo flight, Then you've got to navigate from point A to point B. And then the final one is your solo navigation. This could go to hell in a handbasket after my first attempt with the basic controls on the camera, because I couldn't remember half of the controls, even though you can bring them up. But there is one thing that I don't like already, which I've already seen, which was a little bit of a thing. But we will mention it when we get into it. So come on, exit. There we go. Right, so you're going to get to know the aircraft environment. It's everything that's above my head here. The training session will familiarise you with basic controls to spread your wings. That's spread your wings, not legs. Explore different views around the aircraft. Pitch and roll the aircraft using the yoke. Now the yoke, obviously I don't have a yoke. I have a stick. You're supposed to see it. Yeah, there we go. So I have a stick. These planes do have a yoke, which is basically two-handed thing. Imagine like an elongated U shape. Yeah. At the top, yes. So you turn, and you pull back, you pull forward, kind of thing. But not every plane has that, you see. More fighter jets have this hands-on throttle stick. Skew the aircraft direction and yaw with the rudder. So yeah, reduce and add throttle. So it takes about 8 minutes. I think every time I've done it, it's taken me about 20 because I've done something wrong. So let's fly. Annie can't drive. Wow. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Us commoners say half a steering wheel. Yes, real men play with their stick. Proud to be male. Boom. I'm with you there, brother. I've got all sorts of knobs on my stick. I've got so many knobs, I don't know what to do with them all. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, but how is everyone anyway? Good to see you all. Thank you for dropping in. Yes, I had a steering wheel a bit missing. Yeah. So they're even telling you which parts of the planes are which. Scratching stuff. 1 is an aileron. 2 is the flaps. 3 is obviously the rudder. And then 4 is the elevator. There we go. See? I know it looks like I'm just hanging in the air there, but I am actually moving in a second. Because my thing was off the screen there. There we go.
Welcome to flight training. I'm your instructor, Captain Molina, but you can just call me Jess.
Hi, Jess.
This session, we'll get started with some basic controls. Sound good?
Oh, yeah.
First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings.
So I got my hand
Don't
on the
worry.
stick.
I've got the stick while you get your bearings.
Okay, so this is
Out
handy.
your
And
side
Control and
windows,
C brings
you
up
can
all
see
these.
We have great visibility over Sedona today.
And then we can look out
This
that
is
window.
Red Rock territory.
And look out that window.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I see. Got left. You can freely look around with the mouse actually as well, which is quite handy. If you should wish to, obviously. You can look out the back window. Look. Ah. Indeed. So we can control Alt1. Set that. Get back to the press Alt1 anytime.
See if you can spot the Sedona airport. The runway should be a pretty easy landmark to find. There you go. Visual confirmation on the
Just over
airport.
there. Apparently.
Now that we're oriented, it's your turn. Time to fly this bird.
Here we go. Oh, see, we're taking
The
over.
first control on our
Now we've
training
got
list
control.
is the yoke. I still remember my first instructor saying the yoke is like a steering wheel. Almost. Sure, you can turn,
Hey, doing
but you
J30
can
gas.
also pitch. For starters, it controls the ailerons. And the ailerons, they allow the plane to roll and bank into turns. Go ahead and try rolling to the right.
There we go. Let's just roll gently to the right before we make ourselves sick.
Nice. Now let's see you level back out. Good. Of course, the yoke also controls the elevator. And the elevator affects the plane's pitch, right? Pull back on the stick. The plane starts to climb. Give it a shot. The most valuable things in aviation
keyboard
are
and mouse.
speed and altitude. But notice, when you're pitching up, your speed is decreasing. You could add more power. Or for now, let's just pitch down.
Yeah.
Just like that, your speed's picking up again as the nose pitches down. As you level back out, let's talk about another control. The rudders at your feet.
Now this is one I had trouble with earlier because it wouldn't work.
Rudder pedals control the aircraft's side-to-side movement, also known as yaw. On the ground, those pedals are going to steer the plane left or right. Up here, they properly align us during turns. Try them out and watch the plane's nose skew to either side. Simple enough, right? Before we go on, let's bring the plane back to straight-up flight. Make sure your dashboard is aligned 3 to 4 inches below the horizon for a cruise attitude.
Cruise attitude.
Okay, the last thing we're going to cover now is the throttle. If you have the need for speed, then the throttle's for you. Full control over the power output of the engine. Let's see what happens when you cut all the power.
Ooh, we're gonna cut power.
Surprise, surprise. Our altitude is decreasing.
Yep.
This might be a good time for a piloting PSA. Always keep an eye on your surroundings, because nobody likes a low-flying duck. You left the training airspace, you need to go back.
This is where she gets all fancy.
This might be a good time for a piloting PSA. Always keep an eye on you left the training airspace, you need to go back.
Yeah, because you weren't talking quick enough.
This might be a good time for a piloting PSA. Always keep an eye on your surroundings, because nobody likes a low-flying duck. Alright, let's go ahead and throttle back up. There you go. Speed is increasing, and as long as we maintain the same attitude, our altitude will keep climbing too.
Oh. There.
You're really getting the hang of your controls.
Indeed.
Before long, you won't even need a co-pilot.
Oh, she's thinking
Until then,
ahead of the game.
if you want help with the radio or checklists or simply flying the plane, I'll be here.
Oh.
You can pass me the controls when you're ready to finish your session, or keep flying. It is a great day after all.
It seems to be a little bit of the yaw actually sticks. I don't know why. As you can see, it's trying to bank to the left all the time. I don't know. How are you doing, Homely? Control Alt and X.
Alright, I have control. Good job.
Yeah, she's flying it now. Apparently. There we go. So that's the basics. So use the quick view to look inside, blah blah blah, roll the aircraft, pitch the aircraft, yaw the aircraft, and delegate aircraft controls back to the instructor. So it does hold your hand a little bit, and then you can move on to the next bit. So there you go. So total time of flight was 6 minutes. It said it should be 8. But yeah, it's only because I've done that before. So, and that's a Textron Aviation Cessna 152. Up. Do you want to go to the next activity? Yes, we do. Yeah, exactly. Right, in this training, you will learn about the airspeed indicator, altitude indicator, altimeter, turn and slip indicator, heading indicator, barometer, and tachometer. To fly with the cruise altitude and line your cockpit just below the horizon. Okay, so 1 is the airspeed, yeah. 2 is altitude. 3 is altimeter. 4 is turn and slip. Okay, 5 indicator, heading. 6 variometer. Okay, that's the vertical speed. Okay, and then 7 over there is the tachometer. Okay. Indeed. Right. So 6,100 feet. Light wind. where we go.
Today we're talking about attitudes of flight, how your plane is oriented relative to the horizon. If you look outside, you can see the cockpit is just about 4 inches below the horizon line. We're flying straight with a decent rate of speed.
Oh,
This is the cruise attitude. Let's see how it reads on your instruments.
yeah. Right, so control 1 was on instruments. Okay, control and 1.
Take a look at the attitude indicator.
Okay. No
As
death.
the name
That's always a good
implies,
start.
it shows your current attitude. The
Okay.
white line is the horizon, with the sky above and the ground below.
Oh,
That orange element in the middle, aligned with the horizon, that's your plane. Just like we saw outside, our current attitude reads pretty much straight and level.
oh yeah.
Okay, now let's see how much power the engine's generating. Check your tachometer.
Oh, that was over to the
Looks
right.
like we're pushing around 2,300 revolutions per minute. Combined, attitude and engine RPMs translate
Oh,
to
I see.
aircraft performance. Which leads us to your airspeed indicator.
Tell you what, when they get VR and you can just look like that instead of
Now,
having to
last
use
but
a
not least,
little
check your altimeter.
mini stick.
To figure out your altitude, you always want to read the small needle first. That's how many thousands of feet up you are.
Small needle first.
Then on to the big needle for the hundreds. With our current attitude and power output, we're holding a speed of 90 knots and a stable altitude of 6,000 feet.
Oh,
But that's about to change.
Oh.
Take the stick when you're ready.
oh. Just take the stick when ready.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches. Make sure you don't pitch up too much, or the angle will be too steep to create lift. And without enough lift, we'll stall. All right, go full throttle and start climbing. Welcome to the climb attitude.
Ooh, we're going
See
up
how
in
it
the world.
shows up on your attitude indicator and tachometer? According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude. But we're losing airspeed even at full throttle, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb. Okay, before we go on, let's get back to a cruise attitude. Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2,300 RPMs. Nice job. We're now set up with the same attitude and power we had at the top of our lesson. Next up is the descent attitude. Start by reducing your RPMs to 1,800. Then drop the plane's nose a bit further below the horizon.
Okay, we'll drop that down. Well, you can just about see the RPM, so I need to take more gas away. There we go. I think this flying like was supposed to be easy. Supposed to be. Not too sure it is, to be fair.
As expected, with a nose down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up.
Oh, you can even see the cars.
Why don't you get us back to a cruise attitude and
Oh,
we'll hit the
cars
last
on the
part of our
highway.
lesson.
We're in America somewhere. Can't remember exactly where it is. Yeah, you can even see the cars on the highway. What colour is that? It does stream photographic geographic data as well. Hence why it looks so bloody good. But it did have 91 gig. How are you
There
doing,
we go.
Tatus?
Now that we know how to cruise, climb, and descend, let's talk about the turn attitude. Gently pull the yoke left or right to start rolling the plane. If you take a look outside, you can see how our attitude's changed, but you can also check your instruments for the details. As As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Xbox Pass
At the
for
top of your
PC,
attitude
Tatters.
indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each.
Oh.
Use them to control your roll.
So all them notches down there.
Notice the more you turn, the more you need to pull back on the yoke to maintain altitude. When you're rolling out, you'll need to do the opposite. Roll and push at the same time. The more you know about the main attitudes of flight, the closer you get to that pilot state of mind. So keep practicing, and whenever you're done, pass me the controls.
Cool. You can actually go outside the plane as well. There you go. Have a little look around your plane. Is it flying around? There you go. I'm trying to fly this as well as look around the plane. JP, no, I haven't played DCS World, no. I do have it, because it was obviously, the job was, well, the main game is free and obviously all the add-ons. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you have a look at that, all the different weather patterns. I mean, look at the clouds. How ridiculous is that? Ridiculously cool. Yeah. I'm just glad you guys can watch it at 1080p at least and 60 frames per second. Digital Combat Simulator, yeah. Yeah, it is a very good game, but very, very intensive, very simulatory. Right, let's go back inside. Let's just reset camera. There we go. And then Control Alt and X to hand back.
Thanks. I've got control now.
You've got control.
Well done.
It is. If you do want to download this game, you do, like Tatters, and he does have the Game Pass, basically, for the Xbox, for PC beta. It is a PC and it is a beta. You can get it for £1, £1 English pound for access. And then after the month is up, it will be £3.99. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing at 2560 by 1440, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty mazeballs. Pretty mazeballs. Now, come not September, but come later this year, I will actually have a 4K monitor. Now, that's going to take some horsepower. So, the new monitor, eventually when it turns up, which is going to be the Eve Spectrum, by the way, fantastic specification, we will have to see if we can upgrade the graphics card as well. What fantastic timing that would be. So anyway, that was basically the next part of the lesson. Understanding the cruise attitude. Yeah, the climb attitude. You go adjust the, improve or increase the throttle to climb. Decrease it to actually go down. Otherwise, you kind of speed of your ship. I want to say, well, plane. I always say ship. Because I always think of Elite Dangerous with your ships that you fly. Isn't it weird how you fly a ship? You fly a ship in space, but you fly a plane. Wow. I'm sure there's some particular reason for that. Anyway, so there we go. Next up, takeoff and level flight. This could go wrong. Oh, by the way, there is multiplayer for this as well. If you want to go around and actually be in groups with other players, you can be in real world. Is that a 49-inch monitor there, Tatters? The one I've got is actually a 27-inch 4K. I'm just going by the code. That was all 49W L95C. So we are going to do takeoff and flight. Good evening, everyone. Anyway, welcome along. If you've never seen this channel before, normally I play Lord of the Rings quite a lot. However, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. All right, so it's a so it is a 49-inch. Right, okay. Ultra-wide dual-core IPS camera with HDR10. Yeah, probably. Does it have G-Sync? Does it have G-Sync? That's the question. Does it have G-Sync? But space-time continuum, indeed. Right, here we go. So most aircraft have a takeoff level of flaps, so don't forget to adjust them. That's what they intend you to do. 55 knots, and then you're going to increase 75 knots. How you doing, RPG? Good evening to you. Welcome. Use the rudder to align. Yeah, during the initial time, you should maintain the runway heading. In other words, don't try and take off to a side. Now, this is the runway that we've been flying alongside. Can you get me? Yeah, as soon as I start talking. Yeah, it was a 6-man instance. I did it at level 40. So the smart camera helps you find your near-point points of interest, such as airports or landmarks. Don't hesitate to use it. What's actually changed to it? I know you can reply directly, which I think is a good thing. Maybe. Right, so we are ready to fly. We're going to do our first takeoff. Here we are on our little Cessna. When you look at it, there really isn't much to a Cessna, is there? It looks huge, but when you get 2 people sat in it, it doesn't look that big at all. So, can we take a bet here before we actually do this? Who thinks I'm going to do it first time? And who thinks I'm going to crash first time? I want a show of hands. Crash or burn? Oh, no, crash. Win or bin? We'll have win or bin. If I win, it's because I take off. Bin if I'm going to bin it. Basically, if I'm going to crash it, I'm binning it. So, win or bin on my first go. You think I'm going to ban it? Win. Now, I've never done the takeoff. So, win or bin. I like these little games we come up with. Win or bin. Say, you got a wobbly win. How rude. A wobbly win. Should we get into that? Oh, that was just the first section. Bin then. Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is new. In the bin. Whoa, see, we've got a couple of bins in now. But most people think I'm going to win. So that's good. It's a bit like the Hobbit gifts. It's like the Hobbit gifts, you know, in the bin. Right. So, win or bin. Yeah. No pressure now. You might take off, which would be quite funny.
There's an old saying I like. A mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember.
Oh, under user control.
First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today.
Always take off into the wind?
Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear.
Oh, right. Okay. So, just disengage parking brake, press joystick button 9. Shit. It's joystick button 9. Right, hang on. This is where we need to press Control and C, and then bring that up. So 9. I've got a little blue one at the side. I wonder if that's number 9. See, this is the weird thing. Is when you hover over these, or when you press that button, it should highlight it. I think on these schematics to show you which it actually is, because I haven't a bloody foggiest on half of these. Some of them are labelled on the throttle, but most of them aren't labelled on the actual stick. Yes, that is my stick. That is my X56. And then, actually, because I couldn't show you the throttle, that is the throttle. Yep. Now, there is something on this called throttle lock, so you can have independent. So if you've got 2 engines on an aircraft, boom, didn't touch it. You can disengage them so that you can use the engines like a left and a right engine. That's quite handy. Right, so steer the aircraft on the ground. Actually done that. Right. Ah. No?
Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
Oop. Right.
The rudder pedals should make steering the plane pretty easy.
Right. Parking. Joystick button 9 is not very helpful. Right. Let me just bring up. I just need to bring up my HOTAS config because I need to actually see what it actually is. 111. Right, so just give me a second. I'm just going to bring up my HOTAS controls onto the other screen. It says. Because it's a bit of a nightmare, this. Right, so button 9. Doesn't even tell you that. It doesn't actually tell you. Do you know, I have actually jumped out of a parachute. I haven't jumped out of a parachute. I've jumped out of a plane with a parachute attached. Yes, back in 2012. Great fun. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Right, so obviously we steer left and right with that, but I have no idea what the parking brake. What's the parking brake? Come on, everybody know what the parking brake is? Somewhere. I have no idea where it is. You know what? I'm just going to press. Oh, that's obviously the runway, which is when we're going to take off down. It says joystick button 9 as well. I have no idea what that one is. It's so vague. Because it all says these here. So 5. Oh, that's. I can tell that one. 5 is that one. Parking brake is the hill, yeah. I just have no idea which one. No. I have no idea what that was. Right. So that is down there, but I have no idea what it actually is. Oh, pinky. White noise generator. Yeah, if he does. Yeah, it's because it's actually linked. Let me just bring up the controls. See if it actually says in the control. Hey. Normally, I would have actually some kind of clue which one it was. This is what I mean, is when you bring up this, like it says number 9 there, but I don't actually know which it is for the controls. Brakes, the joystick button 5, but we don't know which one that is. You know when you highlight over this, it should highlight the button on the actual joystick. So that just says brakes, but it's not the parking brake. I actually do not know on that one. It says parking brake is 9. But I have actually no idea which parking brake that one is. Don't see the parking brake. No. Okay, because it just says the thing is as well is it brings up 2 different controls. Control C. So that's obviously the right. So number 9 might be one of these, the bottom toggle switch, because these are classed as joystick number 9s as well. You can have them one on each. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try this other one. Hey, what? We'll try that one. Ah, we found it! Everybody stop looking. We found it. Ugh. Hey, it says joystick, but it's not actually on the joystick. It's on the HOTAS. On the throttle.
All right, let's do this.
Wow.
Apply full power and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Right, so it just looks like it's actually stalled my bloody plane now. But I know the shortcut for that because earlier I accidentally did that. Right. There we go. There we go.
Use your rudders to stay on the center line and keep
trying.
pushing power until you reach 55 knots.
55.
Good. Now gently pull back on the yoke. Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and
Oh
set
yeah,
a good
there
climb
we go.
attitude.
Look, we've taken off. Look at that. Once you find the brakes, who needs it? Look at that. See? Ah, no.
And we're airborne.
We are.
Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to keep the runway heading of 210 degrees. Maintain 75 knots and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time.
Cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go, look. Just as you're taking off. Keeping the attitude. Keep the distance, yeah. Let's start raining. Let's have a look on the outside. Look at that, see? Look at that. That landing will be epic. Look, see, the moment I took off from there. But if we're ever in doubt, we know that I can fly a plane. Nothing to worry about. Flawless. I hope not, because my legs will be dangling out like Flintstones. Yabba dabba doo. What height did she say we had to get to? Hmm, 5,500 feet. I like the fact that you can look like that and go like that and just... Because that's the one thing I don't actually like. It does actually say when we start flying, and I can't remember. Yeah, 55 knots. Yeah, I'm kind of losing the height, but I'm sure she said 5,500. Oh, see? I can see somebody's house down there, little apartment complex. And you can even don't worry if you see some little reflections. That is actually like marks on the glass. They've actually put little marks on the glass. 55. 55. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. Do you know, you could go on some like safari kind of ones, so you go down to Africa in like a Cessna. You can actually see the elephants, and they are all properly animated as well. I feel like I should be in a bit more altitude still. I don't think I'm going quick enough. I just love the fact that you can, you know, up your nose over the top and have a little eggy round. Need to adjust that though. Oh, that's where I set off from. Oop, hang on. Boinky, 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 boink. I must be nearly there. Am I nearly there? Because that little one, yeah, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2, 3, 4. That must be getting there. I think she said. I think we're going. Sapiens, turn on the panel lights. L. Oh, there we go. Oh, look. Ah, so you can hit it twice. Right, okay. It didn't actually do anything. Well done, Sapiens. Thank you very much. Now, that wouldn't happen to be Sapiens. That was a very... That used to be one of the community managers for Lord of the Rings Online. Now, I don't know if that's the same person, but if it is, hello. If it isn't, hello anyway. Yes, it is. There we go. There we go. Yeah, sorry if you thought I was going to play a Lotro. Dear. You know, I actually can't remember what the actual... Sure, we said I was supposed to get to 5,500 feet and then be travelling around 55 knots, wouldn't it? And the airspeed does need to drop. Maintain level flight. God, you would have... Oof. You're showing your age there, Sapiens. You are showing your age there. I can just about remember it, because I think we had a look last night. Was it 1984, I think? Something like that, when the original came out? Boink. I was 10 in 1984. That's scary. 82, yeah, so yeah, it'll be a bit before my time. 82, oh yeah, it was 82, yeah. Wow. How cool does that when you can just... It's scary. I do need to change that, because I always want, instead of pulling back, I want to push up on that little stick. It's almost like my co-pilot, my instructor has kind of just like forgotten me. She's just like, nah, don't want to know, don't want to know. Annie, you're not supposed to say that, dear. You're not supposed to say that. It gives away your age. Oh. I'm just trying to think we're actually not at the right height. I think we've lost height. Oh, I see. We are steadily climbing. It's a lot easier when it's digital. So we're up to, I think you said 5,500 and a roughly airspeed of 55 knots. Eee. The other thing with that is it's very difficult to actually get the... Yeah, I did actually just notice that actually we were slowly going down. Thank you, Tillian. Yeah, it's my first time playing this, so I'm a complete novice pilot. I then have to actually look and see what actually is the vertical speed indicator. But then I have seen it now. Sapiens is just like, yeah, I remember this, I remember that. Oh shit, how old am I? Blink. You can see how it can be quite tiring flying the plane, because even though I've only just been playing this for about 5 minutes or whatever, flying this bit, I feel like my arm is killing me because I'm having to pull back all the time. How are we doing now? How are we doing? Oh, so we are climbing slightly. Do a bit more beans. feel like you want to fly all the way over the world, don't you? I mean, you can do it so slowly, but come on, let's go up there. Let's go to this 5,500. Try not to stall the plane, obviously, in the process. That would not be a smart maneuver. One of the greatest gaming systems ever, Atari VCS. Defender on the Atari VCS. Although probably the greatest game on the Atari VCS was probably Adventure. Kids nowadays. Oh, we're coming up on the 5,000. Coming up on the 5,000, 5,500. Oh, cool. Cool, Sapiens. That is so cool. Great game. Great game. Backing off on the throttle to get the airspeed down a little bit. RPG, yeah, it certainly can.
5,500 feet.
Hey, I did it.
Safe altitude for part 2 of our lesson.
Ooh, part 2. Shit,
Straight and level flight. First step here is adjusting our attitude. We're in a cruise attitude, pushing max power. To stay level at our target altitude, let's start by easing the throttle back to 1,800 RPMs.
Ooh, I'm already out there.
You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up. You could just keep pulling on the yoke to hold steady, but that's not really a precise means of control. Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set the nose down. Try adding trim to keep us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle. If you feel our pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim. The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make rough changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke, then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. That's the key to straight and level flight. It saves you from constantly pushing or pulling on the yoke.
Okay.
And that gives you more time to enjoy the ride. If you want more practice using the trim, go for it. Whenever you're ready to pass the controls, I'll be here.
So I just want to see what the actual controls for the trim actually are. I know I can bring it up, but just make sure whether it's on the throttle or not. So let's increase throttle, yeah. Flaps, toggle braking. No, it's not on that one. Stick. Is it actually on there, or is it actually on the number pad? It might be on the keyboard itself. Yeah, so controlling E to start the engine. Custom camera, yeah, look down. Oh yeah, drone, you can have the drone, that's external camera. Cool. Just want to actually see where it actually is, what it actually said. It said 1 and 7, but I'm not too sure if that actually did anything. Okay. Slew roll. Drone camera. External camera. Tungsten. Actually search by name. Trim. See over there. Oh, right, okay, yeah, trim. So it's control and aileron trim and elevator trim. So yeah, so number 7 was nose up and nose down for 1 and 7. Right, it just did. I was trying to see what it actually did, and it didn't seem to do a great deal. Now that might be just me. Because I'm actually pressing number 1. I was wondering if it was number 1 on the keypad. But I don't actually know. It's a little bit on the Odyssey. Because I can't actually see it changing anything anywhere. Although we are severely dropping down slightly. No. Numlock is always on, but like I said, I didn't know if it was... Right. Ah, okay. It's actually number pad. So it's actually... Right, okay. So it's actually number pad. And then you just keep tapping the buttons until you can kind of bring the nose back up to slightly level flight. So 7 takes it down, 1 brings it up. You can see why it's actually quite delicate to do, even though I'm going to probably crash into the mountains, to be fair. Probably not the best thing to do. Yeah, so I'm looking at my vertical speed indicator of how much it actually affects it. Oh, that is actually an art form in itself. Because you kind of, I suppose it's a bit like a rudder on a boat. Yeah, I know it'll lag. I'm just trying to, like I say, as using the analogy of. There we go. So that's not bad, is it? Oh, we've got a bit of drift there. There we go. Okay, so let's just bring that up a notch. He said. Right, so this is number pad. I haven't got anything dialed in actually, because that'd be quite handy if it was dialed in onto one of my rotary buttons on my joystick. There we go. Huh? Cool. Right, control. So at least I know
Okay,
that.
I have control. Hope you enjoyed the lesson.
She nosedives it straight into that. Cool. Right. So that took a little while. Obviously, it didn't give me the term. Yeah, Sapien Skybird is a natural punner. Everything has a pun attached to it. So that's it. Excuse me, just while I have a quick slurp of a drink. Reflect damage. Don't hit them with a big hit. Auto attack. And do like what I did, where I went down the stairs to the left. Right. That was straight and level flight after takeoff, and obviously delegated that back. This is definitely not as easy as it looks. You'd think it was easy. Oh my god. No, next up. Landing! That window because we're going to get all sorts of bugs coming in. Here comes the... Well, funnily enough, when we did the takeoff, we did a thing called win or bin. So pretty much, you chatters, if you think I'm going to land it first time, you give it a win. If you think I'm going to crash it first time, you give it a bin. So win or bin. Wow, the confidence already. People are like, shit, straight away, definitely a bin. No, that's a definite bin. So win or bin. Do you know, people, you spend all this time, bin. Oh, Annie's going for bin. Do you know? Can we have a, this is a poll. I don't know. I think if we had a poll, I think it'd be very one-sided. The people, you have little faith. Little faith. The stall speed of the Cessna with flaps fully extended is 40 knots. Indicated airspeed. If I nail this, what first time? I'm going to be very, very smug. Right. Let's get ready to fly. We have loads of faith, just not in your ability. See? Why do I invite these people to my channel? Why? I have no idea. Right, there we go. Oops. There we go.
My first instructor used to say the best part of flying is landing in one piece. The man was a terminal pessimist, but he wasn't wrong.
Everybody see
Today,
that?
you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing.
Okay.
We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete the standard traffic pattern.
Oh,
And
cheers,
I've already
Shepard.
set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power. We're on the glide slope now. Maintain speed around 65 knots. Change your pitch if you need to, and keep your aim point on the runway number. When you're targeting the runway number, you want to keep it steady in your sights.
I can't even see the runway number.
If it looks like the number's moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low. You'll need to add a bit more throttle to get back on the slope. If it looks like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well,
What's
then
that?
you're too high.
Yeah. There it is.
You'll need to add flaps to increase your rate of descent, but you'll also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed.
F8. I've got full flaps. Yeah, I'm quite high there, aren't I? Quite high there. See, F-18 Interceptor on the Amiga I was a bit of a demon at. But it's been a long time since I played that on the Amiga, if I'm honest. Up, better, better, better. If I could hit my drum roll, I would. There we go.
Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. Once we pass the threshold, shift your aim point to the end of the runway.
Slightly off center here,
Then,
by quite a
pull back
distance.
slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
No pressure, peeps, no pressure. Backing off, backing off, backing off, backing off.
Okay, we're past the threshold. Start the flare. Keep pulling back slowly. Let the plane settle onto the runway. Don't push it down, but don't let it start climbing. Nice. Now apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane to a stop. Great job. As they say, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. But if you can use the plane the next day, it's outstanding. Landings can be hard, even for seasoned pilots. Trust me, don't hesitate to practice.
Nailed it!
That's what we're here for, right?
See, all you gets, you thought I would do it. I actually didn't think I was going to do it because I was way too high to start with. I was way too high. See, nailed it. Oh dear. Yeah, see, he's here again. Skybird's here with some more. I did, and then I thought, yeah, I need to back off, and then whew, swooped in. Yeah. Mr. Scooby, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yeah, you know what? I'm even going to give it. Did it work? Well, did it? I'm just going to do that again. Usain Bolt. If he could fly, he'd be flying like me.
Holy shit, Snake!
Mr. Scooby, thank you for the follow. I was hoping for a few hops. Yeah, well, you know, didn't know. But Mr. Scooby, thank you very much indeed for the follow.
Holy shit,
Sapiens has also
Snacks.
followed the channel. Absolute legend in the Lotro lunchtime. Do you know what? That's pushed us to 2,999 followers now on the channel. How amazing is that? We need one more. We just need one of you wonderful people who's never been here before just to hit that, and we will ding through to 3,000. I'm fairly certain of it.
Holy
Tillian.
shit, Snacks!
Oh, there we go. We're gonna look at that. So 3K. Oh, yes. In fact, actually, I just need to double check because Twitch can be a bit... Oh, I'm just waiting for somebody to unfollow me just for shits and giggles. It hasn't actually updated yet, but... let me just refresh. See you later, Tatus. Take care, dude. We shall see you again. It's showing as 2,999. Oh, Quitty Pop. Yes, we are. We are using the Cytec X56. There we go. You can just about see it. There we go. Take care, Tatus. We'll see you soon, my friend. I can't get free look to work with my joystick hat. Yeah, I had a bit of an issue with mine where I had to basically plug it in and then do it again. Oh, see, I'm just going to... Twitch can be a little bit... Hey, we have indeed hit the 3K. Ah, blimey. Yeah, what joystick Quitty Pop are you using? Because I have a point of view hat switch, which basically will turn 90 degrees left, right, behind, whatever. But then there's a little stick on the side, a tiny little C button stick, which allows me to manually look around. But we finally hit 3K. Wow. So cool. So cool. Thank you very much anyway. Thank you, Tillian, Sapiens, and Mr. Scoofy as well for pushing us through there. That is absolutely awesome. Oh dear. Flight traffic pattern next up. So that took us 3 minutes to land that. 3 minutes without crashing and burning, and all you of little faith. Oh, well, yeah, I think we had one, but other people was... go. If anybody that's new to the channel doesn't realise, I'm talking to Magic and Sparkle, who's my partner. She sat over there playing Lotro, you know. I normally do, but, you know. She's quite happily dying in Lotro. There we see. Oh, right, in this training, you'll learn about the following: crosswind, downwind, a base, and final approach. Okay. Your plane's attitude and engine power together translate into overall aircraft performance. So that's kind of a graphic to what it is. We're going to take off, turn round, come back round as we drop back down. Yeah. Sorry, Annie. Sorry. I should have crashed and burned there, shouldn't I? I should have just totally gone splat. And I would prove all you schmucks right, wouldn't I? I'd just absolutely prove you all right. So when approaching an airport for landing, the traffic pattern should be entered at 45-degree angle to the downwind leg. Burp. So you always take off and land in the wind. It can be a bit of a bugger when it's a crosswind, because then you'll have to kind of tweak. I have got it on the easiest setting, by the way. Can you imagine how bad it would be if I was on full realistic? That would be mental. So we're in Sedona. That is where we're at. Somebody did ask me. So we're in Sedona. There we are. We actually had to find the brake, because it says, yes, it says joystick button number 9. So I'm looking on my actual joystick for joystick button number 9. Like, where's that? And it actually is one of my toggle switches on my throttle. Funnily enough, it wouldn't last very long, Keepy. It really wouldn't last very long. Right, ready to fly.
Let's be honest, no one likes going around in circles. Unless you're a pilot training on traffic patterns. Sedona's standard traffic pattern follows a 1,000-foot altitude around the main runway. By the time we're through here, you'll know how to complete the full run from takeoff to landing. So let's get started.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, was it that one? Was it that one? It's just a bloody parking brake now. I'm certain that was a parking brake. That obviously wasn't the parking brake. Where's the bloody parking brake? 9. Is that middle one? And it's not releasing the parking brake. Alright, hang on. Ah, see, now it's working. Yeah, see. She's not giving me many hints this time, is she? Like, come on, you did it once before. Give it full beans, lad. Give it full beans. Imagine it. I mean, this is just an epoxy little Cessna. Can you imagine taking off in a 747 or something like that? Whew. Yeah, baby. We're up. We're up.
When we're up, keep us aligned with the runway and climb to 5,400 feet. We're going for a left-hand traffic pattern.
So we're kind of heading up there, aren't we? So we're heading for that little bubble over there. It's a funny feeling that I've actually missed that. My airspeed isn't high enough. What did I do wrong there? Why did I not get the height? See, that did change. Yeah, it's the airspeed's dropping dramatically. Even though I've got it fully thing, yeah, so yeah. Because the airspeed's dropping quite a lot, but I've actually got it stop full powered. I just feel like I need to like get the height and then come back round again. Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed the vertical speed indicator does obviously take some time. Yeah, I'm just not too sure because obviously maybe because now it's settled down a little bit. I am still climbing, but I'm gonna have to turn to try and find this traffic pattern entrance for the access to the Bishop. Obviously, as you turn, then yes, you lose altitude. You need the slight adjustment of pulling back on the stick. This is what you'd actually be thinking in your head. We are actually losing slight altitude.
Once we reach altitude, you're gonna start turning left 90 degrees toward a 122-degree heading.
Okay. pretty much we needed to take off and then swirl back around to the left. Okay. We're still gaining height. Fine. Which is good. Now this, I don't know if it's going to go as well as what I'd hoped on the last one. I'm just wondering that I'm going to actually come to this through the wrong direction. Not one direction, definitely wrong direction.
Okay, we're in the pattern. Get ready to enter the crosswind section. Good. Keep going till you reach the traffic pattern altitude of 5,700 feet. Ready to make your left turn downwind? When the runway appears at the
This is
halfway
going to be
point
the
of your
problem,
wing strut,
because it really
you'll
has got
know
me in the
you're
wrong
a good
position.
glide distance.
Because it still thinks I should be a lot higher. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn away. Yeah. Oh, jerky. I just feel like I need to be higher and I haven't got the airspeed to do that. So one was to be at 5,700 feet. Boingy. We are actually losing altitude again. I don't think it's our airspeed. And then we're losing the vertical speed as well. Then I got to understand physics. Maybe he's flying too many jet sims where you just think you've got the raw power to get you through to the height. Whereas in the Cessna you don't actually have that raw power. So you keep losing height. I just almost just have hit a bump. Funny feeling that this is so far behind me now, it's going to be unbelievably far away. So we're at 5,400 feet. Just need to keep going to 5,700 because, like I say, we will lose some height in the turn. Don't want to lose the airspeed. Pay so much attention to that vertical speed indicator as well. You might be right at just at this precise moment. I think it has just done that. She's like, what the hell are you doing? Can you not do this? That was really weird. It's almost like, yeah, you haven't done it. Let's just reset that. See, that's weird. It's almost like I've got more airspeed and I've got more IPM. It was almost like it was just stuck. It wouldn't give me the power that I needed. Whereas now I have. That was really bizarre. I wondered if it was a bug, and it wasn't just me being a noob. Not saying it wasn't. But as you can see, my RPM is pinned at 2,500 or 2,500, whereas before I could get nowhere near that. Right. Well, let's try this turn, shall we? It said the most you should turn is about 3 degrees. I'm doing about 10. Absolutely, yeah. I should. Anybody that said bin, I should just fly over your houses and then just drop eggs and flour and water over your cars. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't understand why that was so. Wasn't giving me enough RPM. Normal delivery. Yeah, if anybody's really annoyed by the sound over the hiss and everything, I can change the sound if necessary. Right. So we've got a good height. We've got a good height. We are running parallel. We'll straighten that out now. As we run parallel to essentially the actually probably a little bit high now. Our airspeed is kicking through a little bit. Back up on the throttle. This can actually say I'm too high.
We've got the wind at our back now. We're on the right track.
Just feel like I should be
Lower
back.
your nose to a cruise attitude and reduce power to 2,100 RPMs.
Okay.
Once your speed is in the white arc, add 10 degrees of flaps to prep us for landing.
Yeah.
Now's not a bad time to check if the runway is looking good. And it probably goes without saying, always watch out for other planes entering or exiting the pattern.
Actually, if the flaps have just come out or not. I probably press F8, but I'm not too sure if they did.
We're gonna fly past the end of the runway here. Keep going until you see it at a 45-degree angle behind you.
Okay.
That's your cue to turn left again, onto the base leg.
Let's check, see if the flaps are. I don't actually know if that's actually flaps are out or not, said the actress to the bishop. I don't know if the flaps are out. Does it actually tell you on the controls somewhere? I'm hitting F8 and I can't see what it's doing. There you go. A bit further.
All right, reduce power to idle to start losing altitude and maintain cruise attitude. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. That'll also keep our speed around 65 knots.
Why do I think? Oh, hang on, the flaps. The F8's not doing anything. But I think they're down and locked anyway, so I think we're alright. We need a bit more gas. So I think we're going to lose too much they said alcohol then. Ooh. Win or bin. Come on, babes. Win or bin. Am I going to win again, or am I going to bin it? Am I going to win it, or am I going to bin it? I'm way off. I'm way off. Win or bin. Win or bin. Final turn. Let's level this out. You need to straighten this up somewhat. Oh, homely. Wobbly win. What's with the wobbly wins?
There we go. The runway's in full view. Make sure to keep the plane centered on approach. If you're too high, add flaps. Too low, add power to maintain the glide path.
I feel like we're going too fast. Off center, definitely off center. Come on. Uh-huh. Come on.
Way to stick a landing. Now just apply the brakes to slow your roll. And make sure you don't stall on the runway.
Oh, make sure you don't stall on the runway. I've just stalled it.
Other planes are looking to land. We've got to move. Take one of the taxiways on the right.
Does it automatically put the brake? Did it automatically put the parking brake on? Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh yeah.
Good job. As an old instructor said to me, not only did you not die, you're really learning to fly.
There was a slight crunch, yes, admittedly. It wasn't the smoothest landing. It's very difficult to judge when your wheels are going to contact. And do you know the other thing? I was worried about running out of runway. I thought the runway might run away with me. Nothing wrong with a bit of criticism. Toasty, toasty. I can normally play Lotro with my eyes shut. This, I feel, God, so much pressure. Because all you lot are so bloody critical. Which I'm not fine with, by the way. I'm fine with. But I just think, God, I'd hate to do it in real life. Do you know, I'd love to fly a plane. I'd love to go. Probably my ideal thing to ever do. Next lesson, do a barrel roll. My ideal thing to do would be to go into in a fighter jet. I wouldn't really care, but I think ideally I'd love to go in the Red Arrows, the back of a Red Arrow. I would puke my ring up, absolutely puke my ring up. I would be so ill, but you know what? It'd be totally worth it. Yeah. I've jumped out of a plane, a perfectly serviceable plane, with a static line parachute jump. Probably one of the best things I've ever done. Absolutely superb. Your balls are in your throat when you do it because everything goes as the parachute pulls and opens. But by God, it was cool. It was so cool to do. Just to jump out of a plane and you just realise you're free falling just for a few seconds and then all of a sudden the parachute opens. But wow. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Annie. I actually did mine over at KP. I don't know. Yeah. I did mine over in the Lake District. A very nice airfield there, which I'm trying to say, Floughborough. That's it, Floughborough. We did it over 2 days. So we were supposed to do the jump on the Saturday. We did all the training and everything. And then when we came to do the jump that evening, so it was like late afternoon, say 4 or 5 o'clock, the wind had got up at the altitude of like 2,500 feet we jumped from. And it was a little bit, I have to turn everything off. Yeah. So we jumped at 2,500 feet, but a couple of people actually managed to jump, but the wind got up, and the actual plane itself, which was not a poor plane by any stretch, it was fairly new. It actually struggled at that altitude, and the pilot said, "Look," he says, "the plane is struggling." He says it's too dangerous just to maintain this height. I mean, they know their stuff, you know. I mean, Christ, trying to fly a plane is not easy, even in a simulation, a very basic simulation. So I actually went back the following day to do the jump, and it was superb. Got it on video and everything. So cool. Right, first solo. Oh, fuck. Don't get any easier, this, does it? First solo flight, anyone? I'm sure that won't be a problem at all. Dear. What could possibly go wrong with this? So I'm going to have to do everything myself. So I'm going to have to take off, go somewhere, and then land. Not a thing's going to go wrong with this, Illy. Do you know what I'm really glad about, though, is that the quality is... As long as that's illuminated, that's on. Oh. Alright, so we're going to, in this channel, you'll learn about the crosswind, downwind, base, and finally your plane's attitude and translate into overall aircraft efficiency. So, yeah, we're going to take off, fly around, come back myself, and land. Too many houses. So, yeah, all good stuff. But, But yeah, I didn't understand that. I'm going to have to look back at the VOD later on to actually see if there's any kind of issue there where I couldn't get the power. The RPM wasn't maintaining. So it looks like the instructor's bogged off. She's left me to it as Jess, and I'm just going to pretty much have to fly this myself. Once I find where the brake is again. Yep, I'm in the plane on my own. That's not a problem at all. Right.
It's time. Your first solo flight.
That's easier.
I'll be watching from the ground in radio contact if you need me. Yep. But something tells me you won't.
Oh,
Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember what we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck. See you on the other side.
That's a bit... You said, good luck, see you on the other side. The other side of what? The pearly gates? It was. Right. Let's... I don't know. Twisty. Let's get some... Give it some beans. Well, at least we got the brake off. That's always a start. Why is it always twisting over that way? Just to look at my yaw. What was it? Was it 55 knots? I think they said that you had to get to for a good takeoff speed. There we go. Once you hear that rumble, just stop. Hang on. Is it because... Alright, okay. See, have you noticed my RPM on my engine is it's kind of stuck at 18,000. I can't get it any higher. I just... Now, I must be doing something wrong here because I cannot get the RPM of the engine higher than that. And when it got taken over, I had this issue before. When it got taken over, the RPM was at 2,500. What am I doing wrong? I'm actually losing altitude. You see how I can't get the RPM? I'm pinning it there, but the engine is not going above that. I'm actually losing RPM. My airspeed is seriously dropping. Someone's spoken the flaps. See, I'm pressing F8, but it's not doing anything. It looks like the flaps are down there. You see there? Right. That's just 1 second. Now, there's something there that I just need to look at for primary control center, aileron, secondary. Retract flaps is F5, extend flaps. Right, so it's retracting the flaps. Maybe that's it. It didn't actually tell you to retract flaps at all. So there we go. Right, I just need to start that script again because when anybody finds the secret word, we always need to restart it. Hidden word alert. And that hidden word was flaps. I've been waiting for that one to be found. And on such an evening when we're playing Microsoft Flight Sim, we found flaps. Nettlebrew's 5th hidden word. There we go. We're back in the game for that one. There we go. Right, so retract flaps will 5. We'll try 5. And number divide. Okay. Let's go there. Whoop, hello. So I'm just going to look. There we go. Right, airspeed is increasing. So we can probably pitch up a bit better. RPM is still holding, but we're still holding the airspeed, and we are actually going up in the world. So we're trying to get to 5,400. We are currently at 4,760. Okay, that's better. The airspeed's holding. We are still going up quite nicely. Yep. So we've got about 55 airspeed, 55 knots. RPM's just holding at 19,000. Still going up in the world, albeit slowly. Yeah, it's just keeping that airspeed up and actually still getting the vertical speed indicator. So we need to get that dial, the big hand round to the 4, and that will give us 5,400. Kind of getting this. Kind of getting this. Stop there, didn't we? The Sapiens, you think you can get away from Lord of the Rings, even when you come to this channel, you start leveling up. I've got the airspeed. Ah, see, this is the problem. I think yeah, so you need to increase the airspeed to increase your rate of climb. It's weird. we make it like that, Sapien. But it's one of those things. It's when you get people engrossed in leveling up, you know what it's like. They just can't put it down. They're just like, I've got to go level. I've got to go level on the channel. It's going to do it to me again. It's going to turn around and say no. I'm almost like I just cannot get the altitude. Like 5,250, and then I just lose the altitude because I lose the airspeed. Come on, come on. Steady as she goes, steady as she goes. Steady as she goes, steady as she goes. Got a heist on the go, have we? Heist, baby. They have lost altitude there. Really have lost altitude. Gain airspeed, but then you lose the altitude. And even my RPM on my engines has dropped. Ah, yeah, we reached it. It's kind of given up on us. Said, you know what? I don't think that really matters. Whoop, hello. That's a little bit on the busy wizzy side, isn't it? Wow. We're going to be that far away from this pattern that we aren't going to have a clue where we are. I mean, it's the detail, even when you get up close, it's such high level detail as well. I think we had to climb to 5,700 feet, wasn't it? Wow. Do you know, I think there's something might be wrong with my throttle setting, because I've just backed off my throttle and it's actually increased. Even though I had it totally pinned, my RPM, yeah, when I take it full, it seems to lock out at 1800. But if I back it off a smidge, that's why I've been struggling. But it just goes back. Wow, so there's like 100% and it tries to go through, yeah. Right, okay. I've just used about 300 gallons of fuel. Yeah, so I'm sure it said get about 5,700. We are getting a little bit of bufferage, but we are there it is over there. We're kind of not doing too bad, running along parallel too. So yeah. See, that's the problem then. It's just my throttle for whatever reason when it's pinned out full. Yeah, I've just pinned it there. It's at 1800. I have to back it off to get the RPM back up to 2100. That's weird. Yeah, as soon as I go above that, it's almost like I need to calibrate that throttle, I think. Might be some kind of dead zone at the end of it. We are climbing nicely. We're climbing nicely. No, there isn't a time limit, thank God. Twist my hand a bit there because that's bloody aching. I know you could use triminy. See, it's just That's a totally different way of flying it when you're not actually in the cab. Cockpit. When I say cab. See here, you get so much notification of your actual trip. That's better. Running along parallel. That's better. That's better. Coming to the 5,700 very soon. I think that's 6,700. Only 5,700, not 6,700. Have I gone too high? Who knows? All it makes for is a slightly more exciting landing. It could be. Let's just knock back the throttle then. Let's drop the altitude. It just says it's probably because I'm too high. I need to drop about 1,000 feet here. Now, so much to remember, so much to remember. I'd have to write it down. I'd have to have a clipboard and everything. The thing is, I don't think it's going to actually get me to join the pattern because I'm going to be way too high. Still saying turn left to join traffic pattern. Sticky notes around the monitor, yeah, you're not wrong. It's still saying turn left to join traffic pattern, which, to be fair, I'm nowhere near to now. Because I'm way off that. I'm on the final, not the I think I've missed that totally. I might have to come round again for that one. Yeah, see, it's not going to allow me to do that. I'm going to have to go past Yeah, I'm definitely not going to try and land it this year because this year, wow, this time, because I think I need to be at 5,400 feet and turning left to join the traffic pattern. But because you have no point of reference like pressing N, I just seem to think you have to go to 5,700 after you turn left. Yep. Definitely been 2020. Fairly certain was about now where we started the to left turn. Sure, we needed to maintain 5,700. But we turned round and went. Oh, did that just give us that? Hey, we did find it. Right, so we got that one sorted. So yeah, we just completely missed where we're meant to be. So down leg, so down to yeah, so turn around. Right, we're going to run parallel too, hopefully. Hey, what? 2 hours and I feel knackered. Knackered, I tell you. So we've done downward leg. Then left the base leg, which obviously is towards the end. So that's the 6,000. We just need to back off and then slightly descend. Let's back off the throttle. I do need to sort the throttle out because that is terrible. A little bit of drift, but I'm not too sure if that's the crosswind that's playing into it. There. Right, there we go. So that's that one. Turn left for final approach. Backing off the knots. Right. Flaps helps. We need flaps. That's going to help us lift. You can see why it's a good place for putting the runway on, because the simple fact is I think we need to increase the throttle slightly. So I think it was 18,000 ish. Oh, we're coming up a bit sharp on it. Bit sharp. Bit sharp. Right, win or bin, boys and girls, win or bin. We're coming up on it. Is it going to be a win or is it going to be a bin? Land on runway 21. Win or bin. Right, let's just knock that back. Flappy bin. Like Flappy Birds. Back that right off. Oh, yeah. Failed it. Again. No binnage tonight. Wow. Magic's like... Magic's... Oh, hang on. Let me go to the next taxiway. Mrs. Sting, yep, sorry, we haven't got a pilot's hat. Oh, I've just stole the bloody engine. No pilot's hat. No, we haven't got one of them yet. We will. How you doing anyway, Mrs. Sting? Are you well? Oof, Homely took the win in the FFA there. I do have a parachute, yes.
Great job. There's always room for improvement. That's life, right? But you did it all on your own. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
Yeah, you see. Oh, yeah, I've seen that actually, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Yes, it is indeed the fancy jet. The captain's helmet, hat. It is. Captain's hat. You can actually get it for Thursday. Should get this one, yeah. You can even get aviators and some lapels. So if you get a white shirt, you can sit like some kind of wannabe captain. Keepy's like, yeah. Ah, see, that one is quite good. It's an adjustable one because it's basically like a baseball cap. I've seen a different one that's got a baseball cap, but you know, like the buttons at the back of the baseball cap where you can adjust the size of it. Well, that might help if I could put it over the top of them. Now, the one I really kind of have been after for a while, well, any kind of hat like this, is for when I do any kind of streams. You've seen, obviously, my Gandalf hat. You've seen, obviously, my cowboy hat. Now, the cowboy hats are good because they're oversized. They're easy to fit on over headsets. The Gandalf hat is just perfect because it fits over the headset. So I always try and find something that's bit... I mean, I've got a fat head anyway. I've got a big head, said the actress to the bishop. But I need it a little bit fatter because I've got headphones on as well, you see. So, but finding hats that are decent and oversized is nigh on impossible. I need to find somebody who's very good at cosplay who can actually make foam hats. I'll learn how to do it myself. But then I haven't got time for that shit. Oh, see, Homely's like, look, if you're going to stream this more, you've got to wear a hat. It's the charm of the channel. I like to... The charm of the channel, to be sure. So, there we go. We did a first... See, I have not binned it tonight. I have not crashed. I have not made a major fuck up. We have actually completed our first solo flight. No, it's like joystick number 9. Why didn't you say HOTAS button? You know, throttle button number 9. Not joystick button, throttle button. Nope. Does it say that? No. Oh dear. Shocking. Right. Oh shit. Next one's navigation. This is where you get lost. Or I'll get lost anyway. Oh, sticking to the chair. Sticking me to my chair. To be sure. So that flight time was 20 minutes. But I actually, while I remember, I just want to check my throttle out because that should not have that dead zone at the end. So bear with me. That game should come back up. There we go. Yeah, see, it does that because I click in off. Clicking's the off. Ah, you see. See, there's a dead band there, and I don't know why. Ah, you see. That's because of a dead band. And I don't want a dead band there. There we go. That should solve my issue. So when I fully push it forward, it was going to dead. That's why I was struggling with it. There we go. Right. Next training flight, navigation. Navigation's what you need if you want to be a fighter pilot. Yeah. Something like that anyway. Oh, the loot. I don't know if you're getting any. It's on. Ow. There we go. So on this, but don't use it. This could be an interesting one. How to navigate. Or how not to navigate. Right. Ready to fly. The problem with having a HOTAS on your desk is I haven't got much bloody room for everything else. Quite a lot lacking. You gotta. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No. Right. There we go. There we go.
I've always said, flying is freeing. Open skies, endless possibilities. But to fully enjoy it, you need to be prepared. We're going to focus this lesson on navigation prep and procedures, the fundamentals of getting from point A to point B. Step 1, putting some distance between us and the ground.
Okay. So we're going from Sedona to Flagstaff. 21 nautical miles. The expected time of... What's the ETA? Oh, I see. Homely's noticed I'm eating things now. They're some just from fruit pastels. Fake ones, by the way. Right, so take the handbrake off. Rev up the engine. They are not a patch. There we go. Right.
All right, we're off. Now, keep climbing around the airport till we reach 5,800 feet.
Alright, so they just basically want us to climb around the airport then. climbing to 5,800 feet, so 5,800 feet. So once this big hand gets around to 8, we're heading in the right direction.
It goes without saying, but good navigation starts with good departure prep. Let's set up the aircraft for the first leg of your trip. Attitude? Check. Now for your heading. When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns or while accelerating or decelerating. Go ahead and position your plane above the airport.
Oh, you're having a giraffe. Don't make me turn round. God's sake. Weird that flat spot is still there on my I don't know if it's I need to reconnect my BeamerBot thing because it's not doing things again.
Oh, one last bit of departure prep. We need to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying start the clock. On the nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park, is at a 41-degree heading about 5 minutes away. Navigating is basically flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate, but if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position. We all know speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind. That's why at your next waypoint you'll want to compare your estimated time en route with the actual time flown. Validate your estimate and your progress.
Estimated time en route is 4 minutes and 57. I could deviate massively. Annie Ramos ticks the FFA. Don't fuck with Annie. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? He will smack you. Smooth criminal. Exactly. Oh, hello. Here. One second, I just want to see what the data, online. See the data I've downloaded 400 megabytes of data just because I've obviously just been in this area, and it streams that data. You know, We'll have a look at the controls again, because it's number 2 for elevator. Okay, number 2 and number 8. Don't know what's going on with my... It wants to always drift over to the left. It wants to always roll. Not so sure why it's wanting to do that. It is saying it should take 5 minutes. I'm nowhere bloody near. Yeah, I should be there now. 4 minutes and 57. I didn't have had to have turned round in such a bloody manner. It wouldn't have mattered, would it? Could be nowhere near. At least a minute behind, but I think it's because I had to fly through it the wrong direction. I had to turn round and then go in the right direction. So that's what I'm blaming it on. flying over a load of houses and freeway and stuff like that.
Good. You made it to Munns Park. According to the nav log, we've got one more stop. Flagstaff Pulliam Airport.
Look at that. Look at that traffic
An
down there.
easier way to navigate is to follow identifiable landmarks like highways. And just so happens we have one below us.
It's in America. Now we've got to go to Flagstaff Pullen Airport. It is 10 nautical miles. So we'll reset that. See if this does take us 6 minutes 40. But yeah, the freeway, the houses, all sorts of shizzle. Yeah, I need to sort out this drift though. That's really annoying. There's a little bit of like sideways drift. It's almost like he's trying to roll. Just bear with me. Just need to increase that dead band there, I think, just so that it doesn't do anything. Because it is central now and it should. Just calibrate. It's a small word. Yeah, it's flavoursome. Holly. There we go. Still doing it though. See how it's still trying to turn. And I don't know if that's wind or what's doing that. Yeah, I'm having to kind of permanently lean to the left. Now I can trim it, but I'm not too sure how to do that yet. Oh, didn't set the stopwatch, did I? Reset it, but I didn't start it. Okay. Wisdom. Oh, what highway? Am I following that highway? Huh? Hang on. Now telling me I should be following the highway. This isn't the highway, I'm going cross country. Oh, I'll be following that bloody highway that I saw. Back over there. Whoa! What? I didn't touch the throttle there. It backed right off there. And now it's pointing to the highway. You can see how I'm not touching this and it's trying to bank the plane all the time. I hope it's not my joystick that's going wonky. Highway right below us now. We're going to be following this round to the right. There we go. I don't think it could be following that much better. I just can't believe all that traffic underneath me. Oh, Look at that traffic. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden I seemingly lost. Engine power. Woods as far as the eye can see. Bloody hard work this, Lark. Bloody hard work. Beep, 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 beep. That's where we're heading, is Flagstaff Pulliam Airport, way over there. It's just baffling that you can travel in such detail. I know we're over just trees and everything, but the road follows, you know, geographical and general topography. Should know. Topography. Like the height, topology, topographic. What? No. Is it not? Lewis, is this 1-to-1 scale? Yes, it is. So if you want to fly, you can actually, on this version, you can fly a 747, and if you want to fly transatlantic, you can fly transatlantic if you want to, if you're able to. Fuel. Wait for that. Again. Touch the power. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe you could. Yeah, you might do. Who knows? I don't actually know on that one. But good question, Non-Point. Good question. Yeah, let's signal the traffic. Hello, Mr. Traffic.
On Flagstaff Pulliam airspace. Next step is setting up to enter the traffic pattern. We've got clearance to enter the downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern.
Oof. We've got a potential bin or win. It would be nice. It would be nice. You know, just to drop him off and, you know, dump him there and say, there you go, win-win. Get it over with and done with. As we know, the Eagles just didn't want to get involved, did they? They just didn't want to get involved. Water parks down there. As we leave that behind, we kind of point ourselves in the correct direction. Speed is increasing. So we do have the wind behind. That's where we're going to be landing. There, Flagstaff. Lost your flight sim add-on now. Exactly, you see, that's what we want. So that's where we indeed are going to be landing, down there. At that little runway park. Boop.
Lower your nose to a cruise attitude and reduce your power.
Bit of altitude, don't want too much altitude loss. This height is different, you see here, because we've actually come up in the actual land, so at an altitude that we're at is actually lower than what we were. So while we do want to lose some height, don't want to lose too much.
Power should be at idle now, so you're losing altitude while maintaining cruise attitude.
Final turn. That was glorious as that look, turning into the sunshine. Here we go. Bin or win. Come on then, folks. Bin or win. Bin or win. We're lining up with the runway. We're binning or winning. We're definitely dropping the old flaps. Just check flaps. Ah, down.
Finally, a landing on runway 21, and we'll call this one done.
Pressure. Bin or win. Bin or win. We're a winner if we land it. We're a binner if we bin it. Win, of course. See, everybody was binning it to start with, but they've seen how I land things around here now, aren't they? And everybody's changing their tune, aren't they? Ooh. There we go. Landing gear is already down because it is a fixed landing gear on this plane, so we don't have to. We are slightly off center. Come on, let's just tweak that around. Tweaking it around. Tweaking it around. Let's have a. There we are, coming into land. Yeah, I'm not going to land this way. Nope. Definitely in the first person. Come in. Yeah. Lewis obviously hasn't been here before. Indeed, you have all been eating your words. Keep the attitude up because we're still losing a little bit of height, but we don't want to lose too much. Don't know how far along I am. Yeah. You can't actually see the fucking runway. There we are. Oh, down the middle, boys and girls, down the middle. There we go. Thank you. E1. Ha! Not a single bin all night. Not a single one. No binnage for the bike. Bike? Bite. Wow. Pick a name. Any name. There we go. So took off from runway 21, climbed to approximately 5,800 feet. Set cruise altitude, position aircraft above the runway. That's what scuppered me. Navigated to Munns Park Golf Club. Then we restarted the navlog stopwatch and followed the highway, eventually. Entered the downwind leg, turned for base leg, final approach, and landed. Boom, shaboom. Fuck, now they want me to do the first navigation solo flight. I don't think I can do it. Because my shoulders are killing me. I'm so tense. so bloody tense. Yeah, we'll pop over to see what is actually happening in Lostra. Right. So let's just head back. So we've done that. We know we're on to the first navigation solo flight. That is what we need to do. But right, we can fly pretty much anywhere in the world. That is no joke. So literally the first solo navigation flight A to B entirely on your own. I think I pretty much did that anyway. So we did everything. Everybody was like, you'll be all right. You're going to bin it on the takeoff. You're going to bin it on the takeoff. I took off. The landing, everybody. And Lewis, we even had the previous Lotro community manager in Sapience. He did come in because he's an avid Microsoft Flight Sim player, and he saw that we're streaming, so he popped in, and we've topped 3K for the evening. 3,000. Finally, we hit the 3,000 followers to the channel. Oh yeah. He's some drinking streams where he's there. He's still there. He's not showing. He's not showing in my playlist. My viewers. There he is. He's on fire. He's on fire. Yeah, but see, I think the Twitch viewer list is just, I've been in and out. Like a fiddler's elbow. Like a fiddler's elbow. There he is. There he is. He's back again. So we have had no binnage. That's what I'm proud of. Right. You know what? 747 time. You know, that'd be really nice. However, so you can actually go here and then you can decide where you want to fly from and where you want to fly to. You can even decide what plane to fly. Airliners, turboprops, jets. Look, 747, international, intercontinental. Imagine taking off in that thing. Oh dear, we have actually got a jet there as well. Oh yeah, it's the Textron Aviation Cessna. So the airline, that's interesting. So the turboprops have a 1,700. The Cessna that we've kind of been flying there, a Cessna anyway, propellers. Actually, if we go to the propeller. Ooh, I've actually seen these. Wow, look at these little fun buggies. The Icon A5. Hey CK, how you doing, my friend? Good evening to you, sir. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've been flying, is the Cessna 152. Meigs Field is an airport. Oh, okay, let's have a select departure. It might not be. Actually, we've got Gallia Meigs Regel de Gallipolis. Don't know if that's anything that you're possibly thinking of. Non-point? Is that... whoops, hang on, it just actually totally got rid of that, didn't it? That one there. Let's have a look. So that is zoom to details. Pyong. Oh, it's a shame that it doesn't actually show the actual mappage. Oh, KCGX, is that what it is? Okay. KCGX. Yeah, see, it's not coming up with that one anyway. Oh, Chicago, right on the left. Ah, okay. It is in one of the versions. Yeah, it might not be in this one because I've got the basic one. Ah, see, okay. So let's have a look at Chicago actually. Let's see what we got. Actually got anything? Wow. So you got O'Hare, obviously, DuPage, Lansing Mun, the Aurora Mun, Executive. So there is quite a few around there. Lewis. See, there's one called Gary at Chicago International. Well, I'm called Gary, but I've got 2 R's. That's quite cool. Right, so let's have a look at that. Let's go to London. Let's go to London Heathrow, shall we? London, zoom for detail. Oh. Some runways, live airport activity. So that is live airport activity from London Heathrow. That is what's coming and going. There's one coming in from Chicago O'Hare International. It's departed at 3:30. It's about to land in about 35 minutes. That's a departure. Hang on, that's a departure. Sorry, that's going to Chicago O'Hare. So that's about to land there soon. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that's kind of updating eventually. Arrivals, we've got one inbound from Charles de Gaulle. Oh, that's just landed, actually. Am I? That's already landed. So not many arrivals at the moment. Yeah, nothing arriving. So that is actually, yes. Wow, that's amazing. Frequencies, approach frequencies. Cool. We see if we can take off in one of these big buggers. I don't actually know, Sapiens. I'm presuming it is actually live that you will see. Be very interesting. See, actually now it's just disappeared. There we go. K-Boss, there's a rival. Okay, K-Boss. Let's see where that is. K-Boss. Oh, Boston. Logan International in Boston. Boom. Alright, so zoom to detail. So that is. You know, my geography is usually quite good. I've actually got total ignorance there. I actually thought Boston, for some stupid reason in my head, I had it on the west coast of America. And it's east coast. Well, there we go. Let's click on live airports. So there we go. Apparently, that is live airport details. Something, have we got anything coming in? Oh, we've got something arriving from Denver, Kaden. Now that is a very nice looking airport. We had a look at that earlier as one of the DLCs. And that did look very nice, did Denver International. So that's coming in an hour. Nice. One's just supposed to be landed from Core Chicago O'Hare. 2247 from Charlotte Douglas International. Yeah, right, so you can actually just pick live airport, and it does. Now that must guide underneath it. Wow, I don't think I get there in one of them. Do you? Right, airliners. Will I get there? Nope. So that's the weight and balance. Oh wow, it's got all the details. Oh, enable failure, complete failure. Wow. How realistic do you want it? You can actually have failures. Oh, tail number. Oh, you can put your tail number on, can't you? Oh. Now let's have 3. Call sign. Right. Flight number 1337. Yeah. Fly to Hong Kong. Yeah. I don't think we're actually going to fly to Hong Kong, to be fair, but it'd be very nice to take off in Boeing 747 without actually crashing it. Well, I suspect I'm going to. Pirate Sapiens, you're a bad man. Damn. So we selected that. 747. Apparently so. Yes. I don't. Well, North Korea. You guys are really pushing it now, aren't you? So maybe you can change the. So you can change the time of day. So this slider. Oh, hang on. You can't actually see it because it's by my fat head. Up. There we go. This slider here, it allows you to change the time for when you're gonna arrive or set off. So, like you say, midday. Going to take off from London at midday. So there we go. There we go. Oh, see. VFR direct GPS. Wow, VFR. IFR. Wow. Absolutely no idea what that means. But there we go. So that's the one. This might be a bad idea. I'm not entirely. Under normal conditions, the usual takeoff speed of a fully loaded Boeing 747 is around 100 knots. 160, sorry, knots. I'm not even going to ask you for the bin or win on this one, because this I am almost guaranteeing a bin on this one. This is going to be a tragedy waiting to happen. Because I suspect there's a few more actual keys that I need to know about, and I don't actually know them. But if I get it off the ground, I'll be well happy. Getting it back on the ground, totally different man. Yeah, RPG, I think you took that a little too literal. Oh dear. Kim Jong-un just announced confiscation of all pet dogs. Like what? Yes, that's a bit worrying. But he doesn't eat them though. But less about that kind of place, the better. The thing is, you can't always corroborate the stories from such an enclosed country, so it's very difficult to do. But let's hope he doesn't. But yeah, but did he actually say? That's the thing. Taking a while to load this up. This is. Oh, hang on, let me bring my webcam back. Whoop, there we go. This isn't. It's just this blue bar that's here. Blue thing. There we go. Whoa, hello. There we go. There's Heathrow. That's a lot of airport. Oh, yeah. That's not small. Now this is actually lagging a bit of frame rate for me. Actually flying this at max settings. Sepius, I do not believe you, asshole. Look, I've got the geek on it. There, G33K. Now, I think he's going to line me up. I'm just going to let him line it up. But yeah, that is actually kicking the shit out of my frame rate at certain angles anyway. Yes, the higher versions do have more airports and more airports and more planes that you can access straight away. Yes, they do. Wow. Blimey, Charlie. Can you imagine though, flying that bloody thing? Having the control. Yes, yeah, you can buy these things, but yeah, these are just stock kind of images. Let's ready to fly. What can possibly go? Ooh, what can go wrong? Before starting engine? Starting engine? Well. Right, do you know what? We're just going to disengage the brake. Right, we're powering up. We're going to go... Oh, look. We're actually flying this thing. The engines are pinned. What could possibly go wrong? We need 160 knots to get this bad boy off the ground. I just hope I don't run out of runway beforehand.
3, 1.
We're up, we're up, we're up, we're up. At least we took off. That's all I'm saying.
Heathrow approach gate bite 1337 is type Boeing B748 2 miles west of Heathrow. Request flight following. Gate bite 1337 Heathrow approach. Squawk flight 172.
I think all the passengers will be a bit gippy because, to be fair, I have just... That is London. Definitely London. Yeah, you definitely don't want to take the drinks trolley around just yet. Okay, yeah. You can't see crap, can you? You can't actually see any dials, do you? Wow. We're going to get up to, what was it, 41,000 Waltham. There you go, if you want to see a bit of London. A bit, anyway. Come on, North London. Isn't it? The weird thing is I've actually lost throttle control. Don't know why. I actually do not have any throttle control. I have pitch and roll and everything else, but that's all I actually have. I have absolutely no idea if auto throttle is on. I don't remember flicking any switch. What is the auto throttle? Let's have a look at the controls for auto throttle. Throttle cut. Okay. Oh, the 740. Oh, right. Oh, well. I won't bloody touch it then. Fair enough. Who knew? Well, obviously Sapiens did, but I didn't. Having never flown a 747 before. We want to get up to 41,000 feet. It'll take some while, isn't it? Right, I need to find what... Oh, God. Autopilot. What is the autopilot one? Autopilot. Okay, so degrees. Autopilot off is Alt Z. And Shift Alt Z to turn... Oh, yeah, so Shift Alt Z turn off. Right, okay.
5 approach via the ski transition. Clear to a ski.
Shift Alt Z. You know, the problem is that's linked to one of my other keybinds. So I can't actually turn it off. Keeps bringing up GeForce Experience. Yeah, let's have a look. Power management. Yeah, so throttle cut, decrease, autopilot, autopilot airspeed hold. And he's like, I don't like mine, I don't want to watch. Arm auto throttle is Shift and R. So auto throttle to GA. What the hell does that mean? Auto throttle to GA. Oh, go around mode. Oh, take off, go around mode. Oh, okay. I wonder if that's actually in there then. So Shift R. Okay. Yeah, so so arm auto throttle Shift and R. Yeah, global. It seems like it's doing everything itself just to get to the whoa! I didn't do that. That's definitely auto done. That's just backed off totally. It's like, oh. So once it clears, say 16,000 feet, it's like, yep, that's all we're going to do. But yeah, that's the old UK. Oh. It is amazing how they can... Engelfield's... yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to land down there, do you? That tiny little airstrip there. Now, if you ever want to see what it looks like when you're looking out of a plane, if you've never been in a plane and you're kind of looking down at all these small buildings, that's what it kind of looks like. Very cool, very cool. So we need to get to 41,000 feet. Brimton Airfield. There's a big beast, isn't it? How cool does that look? Do you know that actually being in the cockpit, I don't particularly like, because you can't see shit. it's like, what can you see? You can look out the window. Don't worry, you can't actually see anybody in there. I mean, you can do that. Have a little nosy. You just don't get the views. Oh, we did lose a bit of altitude there. How remiss of me. Wow. You forget how long, even though the thing can fly along at, 300 knots, how long it can take for it to actually gain altitude. It's almost like it's doing it itself now. It's almost like saying, you're taking too long. I say now I've got some control on the engines. I'm actually losing altitude. I was actually losing altitude. Let's give it some more beans, shall we? Let's get that vertical speed indicator going back in the right direction, which actually means that there's a good 22,000 feet between us and the ground. Oh yeah.
This is your captain speaking. We are just trying to attain altitude of 14,000 feet. We're making a decent job of it, but we might crash.
Good. A little bit of sideways going on there. What's that all about? A little bit of sideways, a little bit of sideways. No, you can't see, Kay. You just got to have everything nicked out of your garage. I've still got flaps out. Let's just yeah, we're nearly stalling, which isn't good.
Holy shit smacks!
Join up, thank you for the follow, my friend. Have some epic sax guy. Broken Seals. Good evening to you as well. So there. We have got flappage. It takes a while for them to speak.
125.64 Ryanair 8241.
Actually falling out of the sky now. My flaps seem to be down now. I don't know how I got them back. I'm sure it was F5. I got rid of them. Nothing to worry about. We'll soon work this out. We are actually losing a lot of height. I'm just going to say what my the flappage was all about. Flight control services primary. Yeah, no, secondary flaps. Oh, retract is F5. F8 and F5. Why is that not doing it then? Broken Seals, you are welcome to come aboard. Just don't expect it. Just trying to get it to actually retract the flaps, just they're not wanting to retract. Oh, retract your buggers. F5 is not wanting to play ball. Oh, there they are. I think they have now. Yeah, they have. Wow. Yeah, they have now. Even in a posh plane like that, you've still got to go and... you still got to hammer some keys to get the flaps to retract, because they didn't want to retract. Right, so we need to get up to this 41,000 malarkey, because we're still not doing it. Tell you what, that must be the... I'm losing point of reference here. What's that? Oh, is that the 7 estuary over there? I'm trying to think which way we actually took off, whether we took off east or west. Hmm. 27,000 feet. 27. We're not going to be going all the way to... we sent to Boston? I think we sent to Boston, didn't we? I think we were set to Boston anyway. Just get rid of that over there. That's quite distracting. There we go. So we are heading west, so that is going to be the... probably the 7 estuary or something like that, I think we're coming up on. Traffic control just told me. They actually called me Geekbyte as well. Yeah. Geekbyte 1337. Continue as planned, he said. Leaving on jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Indeed. Yeah, that must be the 7 estuary. Must be. A little wiggle there. I mean, it does just look like you're suspended in midair. Rocket Man! Hang on. Let's get some of those up. Let's dropping altitude again. Oh, let's get the opposite. Turn that frown upside down. My personal favourite, lavatory love machine, no broken wings to stop me steam. Wow. Of all the things, the lavatory. I mean, to think that such machinery can push that weight through the air. I mean, look at how that... I mean, that's just ridiculous. He's just looking at Google Maps. Phenomenal. There's an airfield over there. I don't know what that is. What is that? Is that Bristol? Somewhere like that? Bristol? No, I think... maybe. That might be Bristol. Might be flying over Bristol. I'm sure that's the Severn Estuary. Because that's over there is Wales. Boyo. And then that's obviously southwest England. Way up, hey up, hey up. We've gone nose down again. We've gone nose down again. Got a little bit of wibbly wobble. I don't think these passengers are going to be coming to on this Geek Bite flights again. They're going to be like, you know, up and down, up and down. It's taken me about 10 minutes at least, if not longer, just to try and get to 41,000 feet. Yeah. If anyone wants a quick flyby, a bit buzz the tower in a 747, just holler. But yeah, I'd definitely say that is Bristol, because it looks like there's an airport right in the middle. Is there an airport right in the middle of Bristol? Seems to be another one there. I'm not entirely sure, actually. Wow. Do you know what? I'm not too sure if I'm going to get all the way to America on this amount of fuel. Because... that will be filtered. Ah, well, CK, at least you know. Watch out not to crash against the dome that surrounds our flat Earth. Wow! Okay, theatre gas. Anybody would think that that was some kind of conspiracy theory. Oh, hello. Whoa, 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 bumpy ride, bumpy ride. Whoa, wow, 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 wow. What's going on here? Losing altitude and all sorts. Come on, can we just, you know... I'm sure there must be a way that we can actually set it so that it just climbs to a certain thing. Oh, we are really losing height as well. Stalling. Just need to check. Oop. Before I smack myself in the mush. What was the height of this? What was the actual height that we travelled at? Was it 41,000 is the maximum, isn't it? I don't think we actually need to get to 41,000, do we? But it still continues to climb to designated cruise altitude, so we must have gone through it. So it must be 41,000 feet. We're gaining speed, but we are actually...
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Keep speed below 185 knots. Expect ILS runway 27. Approach 5 Bravo Romeo India transition. Clear to Bravo Romeo India Ryanair 8245.
Yeah, we're losing height. We were losing speed. I'm sure it said 41,000. RPG's like, fly to Brighton! Oh, angle of attack. Guess we're losing airspeed. You hear all the other air traffic control as well. I'm going to get this puppy to 41,000 feet, even if it kills me. Well, we don't want to fall out of the skylight, but... Then we just seem to be bouncing off there. I know we're losing it, but I've got the engines pinned, and I just seemingly cannot get above 36,000 feet. I just want to find that information. I don't know if I can. RPG is going to take hours, yeah, and I'm just trying to see if there's any way that I can change. I see aircraft traffic type is real-time online. Simulates real-world traffic. The option requires a persistent AI offline generate artificial or off is disable AI. Okay, so that's real-time. Yeah. Don't think I can actually find anything else to give me anything there. Yeah. Do a barrel home. Tony, I'd love to. I just think I might crash. So camera, yeah. Cockpit, yeah. Quick view. Yeah. Smart camera. So does anybody know the height that we were supposed to fly at? Because it's still saying I should be reaching 41,000 feet. And I think we're going to struggle with that because we haven't got the airspeed. Yeah. But like now, I'm just losing airspeed and I just can't maintain. I'm sure the people in the plane are not screaming like hell, are they, at that angle? They're just like, fine, it's fine, it's fine. Wonder what the stall limit is. 150? Exactly. See, when you fly with the geek, you fly for entertainment purposes. It's not for fun. We look up and down, up. Oh God, up, oh God, yeah, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. No. That Sapiens, I'm actually doing that intentionally there. To be fair, but it's almost like it's like, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. This is the problem with flying a 747 for the first time in your life. I'd say I want to know if there's any way that we can actually alter our course, heading, or whatever, and go like fly back to Heathrow. There's no way I'm going to get to America with 43% fuel. It just doesn't seem possible. Eh? Well, no, I've got my engines absolutely pinned. Cannot seem to get up to 41,000 feet.
Ryanair 6606 descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
I just think my angle and keeping the airspeed is just too much.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet, Ryanair 6606.
Because all of a sudden I get to that point and it's like balancing the airspeed versus the vertical speed indicator, and it just does not want to go any higher, and then it goes negative and I start losing height. Yeah. See there, I'm kind of holding on the airspeed and still got the vertical speed indicator is still going up. I'm fairly certain that any of the pilots could just quite happily just go, do you know what? We'll set it to 41,000 feet. We'll ask it to get to 41,000 feet. It'll sort it all out for us. We'll read the manual when we get there. Which they do. They do have a manual. I remember watching something, I think it was, I can't remember if it was British Airways or something. They followed the flight crews of that, and one of them, or some air crew, I can't remember exactly, and they had to read the manual on how to do the procedure for dumping fuel because they had to make an emergency landing. They didn't actually know, but because they're that complex, they actually had to read. No, hang on. That's not going to happen anytime soon. You are
Ryanair 6606 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 360 Boeing B748.
There we go.
Report them in sight.
Oh. Yeah, the line by line at that point, yeah. It was quite fascinating to think that they...
Ryanair 6606 traffic alert. 9 o'clock less than 1 mile, flight level 365 Boeing B748. Report them in sight.
we just seem to hit 36,500 and it's just like, no, I'm not going to go any higher because my airspeed's just going to drop. I just cannot get this thing to just launch through that 37,000 barrier up to 41,000 without completely losing airspeed. We're losing airspeed and we're losing vertical. Well, vertical speed is still going up, but we are losing. We got through 37,000, but then we're losing the airspeed again. try and get through, basically. Then we just lose everything. It really does. What does that button do? Indeed, what does that button do? Weird, because you've got no point of reference at all. Being in third person doesn't actually help when you're trying to just gently climb. So we're just going through 37,000, but we are actually just losing airspeed again. But if we can hold it and then just gradually climb. Maybe it's just my impatience to get there. It's taken me about 20, well, probably about an hour now. To get to 37,000 feet about 5 times. No, no, you're right. Seriously, pull the nose up a little bit. Give it some beats. Come on. That's 38,000. 39,000 nearly. So twitchy on the in the height, really is. determined to get to 41,000 before I'd even just stop. No worries, Annie. We'll be back again tomorrow at some point. No doubt. No doubt indeed. Take care, my dear, and don't trap your hand in any more doors. Doesn't do you any good. Probably enjoyed it more than the other people that were on the plane. The weird thing is, at such a height, you have no point of reference at all.
Geek Flight 1337, contact Shannon Center on 132.15.
Timaeus, and there is Ryanair flights flying around. You know, I'm so close. I'm 140 feet away from getting to 41,000 feet. Just going to lose some height here, I think. Come on, you bugger. Just give me the height. 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 That's a graphical bug. Yay! Looks like we're coming over island. It says designated cruise altitude. Well, I've reached 41,000, so I have a clue why it's So, I think what we should do is we should end the stream on just see what the computer does, whether it takes over, whether the autopilot kicks in when I let go. If I just let go of the controls, I don't do anything and just see what it does. Is it going to kick in? Is it going to save all these people's lives? Let's find out, shall we? Look, Mom, no hands! You watch it fly better than I did. Yep. Mentor AI engaged. Yes, we are losing height quite dramatically. We're full pelted throttle. We're gaining airspeed. We're kind of going nose down slightly. Frosty, hard work. Can you hear for Slough? We're over 300 kilo airspeed drop. Oh, but he's seen now. I think the AI's kicked in, the autopilot, because it's actually starting to level out now. And I haven't touched that. It's actually gaining height, but losing airspeed. I'm not doing anything. I think the AI is going, fuck you, you're shit. Excuse my French. But I ain't touching it. So we're losing a bit of airspeed. It's gaining height. Maybe the autopilot. Boing. I don't think I'll make a boing sound. Definitely not a boing sound. I wonder if it's just going to keep doing this and then all the time. So we're definitely above the height. Is it kind of leveling off? Or is it just because it's slowing up? See, now we're going back the other way. We're actually losing height again. Do a flip. You know what? Should we see if we can roll? Let's see if we can actually roll a Boeing 747. Should we see if we can roll it? Let's see if we can roll it. There we go. Oh yeah. Everybody's just getting now. Meow. You wanted to know if you can roll a Boeing? Yes, you can. Mash humans. Yep. We're still losing height, but we are now gaining height again. Well, we're settled. Yeah, that's kind of answered that one. I think we must be over Southern Ireland. Right, there we go. Let's just level that off again. This airspeed's going mental. Whew. Right. So let's see if we can loop it. So we're going to nose down, gain some airspeed. Well, we'll lose altitude as well. We've got a bit of wiggle going on, as you expected. Right, let's pull straight back. Can we loop? I don't think we will. I think the autopilot will not allow you to do that. No, it's not. I can't actually get it to pull up that hard. Now, I might stall it. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to loop this. Let's roll it then. Let's just roll it while we'll have a good complete roll stall. As you just drop about 1,000 feet. Whoop, whoop, hello, got a bit of wiggle on, turbulence there. That's one way to lose height very quickly. Are you happy? This is the easiest setting, RPG. This is the easiest setting. Do we see if we can buzz someone's house? Not anybody's in particular, I'm just seeing if there's any kind of... I'm just trying to see if we can find a town or something that we can kind of... Oh, there's a big town down there. I don't know if we'll actually get there, though. We may be way too high. Not down Ginger in a plane. So I'm trying to back off the airspeed dramatically because we are kind of hitting the airframe level. Not too sure if it's meant to do 400 knots. I'm wondering when it's going to start breaking apart. $21,000 feet. It took us all that time to get to 41,000. Now we're down to 20,000. We're backing off the engines. We're not going to stall the engines. Just, you know. I have no idea what place this place is, but... Oh, Kilkenny! Oh my god, Kilkenny! $525. Yeah. Straight for someone's house. Meow. You can see when it has to show that level of detail at a kind of higher level. When you get very low is when it starts tanking the frame rate. Definitely tanking the frame rate. Another little town up ahead. very interesting to see what happens if it does actually let you crash it into the ground. I'm trying to find the biggest field I can crash it into. Not anybody's house. You kind of glide. Meow. They've been shitting this outside the 747 flying overhead. I'm at 700 feet. I'm actually climbing. I can't get it to go much lower. 400 feet.
300.
I can't actually get. Woo!
200.
Coming up.
100.
Boom!
2010.
Through the trees. Whee! Oh, through the house. Took out the house. Boom! Perfect parking. Look at that. Look at that. See, taxi's your chosen destination. See, I did. I can't believe it actually came up on the objectives in the top right-hand corner, and it actually said, reduce your space. That's a sturdy build. You're not wrong, Frosty. You're not wrong. See, that's what you do. That's what you do. You just got to land it. You just got to land it. So, controlling? Actually, don't know. We shut down the actual. Let's just go to. Howdy. Got kettle on. But yeah, it's kind of a bit bumpy now. Oh, you've got a drink holder. That's nice. Got no legs, mind you. Whoa, look at all them things. You actually find that? Oh. Please tell me that's not going to try and take off. Oh, parking brakes on. There's a car or something going past. Full power on the engines. No, I think because I've not got wheels down. The old landing gear was not down. I probably won't ever take. But yeah, we have got the flaps, but I'm not too sure about. I hammer the flaps. Can I get rid of the flaps? Flaps, please. Get rid. Hang on. Oh yeah, flaps. Yeah, so that's 2 degrees, 3 degrees. See that? They are just slightly slowly extending. There we go. Refuel, you don't refuel until you land. It's all calculated. You have enough fuel to get you to the destination. Yeah, in theory. I didn't think I was because I was down to 37%. SL down the road. Indeed. It's lovely Irish countryside anyway. I hope you appreciate that that view because that is top quality Irish countryside. There we go. Right, boys and girls, I'm going to call it there because it's 11:30 and we've been flying around for 3 hours and 45 minutes and my arm's starting to ache like hell. That is why you don't manually fly all the way to America. But thank you very much. Thank you, Sapiens, Join-Up, Tillian, and Mr. Scoofy for the new follows, and we've gone through 3,000 followers tonight. 3,000, yes, we have. We've hit the target, and yes, we've parked a 747 in the middle of a field in. It was close to Kilkenny. It's definitely Southern Ireland. Yeah, next stream visit the Bermuda Triangle. Thank you, CK. Thank you, Homely, Keepy, Lewis, Magic, Nettlebury RPG Gamer, Annie Ramos as well. Broken Seals, Feet Liquid Gels, Madison, Moybog, Silent Cruise, Frostlade, Tassino, and anybody else that's been in 1 FPS. Sorry, there you are. We shall be back again very soon. Hopefully to enjoy a bit. That's that whiny sound of planes, isn't it? No wonder we're air defenders. Yes, we'll be back again very soon, probably later tomorrow. We've got some things to do because it's my day off. Yay! But we're back again. Thank you very much as always. Have a round of applause. You know, have a yeehaw. And have a dick nuts. See you all. We'll see you again soon. Take care, please. Bye bye.